North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has issued a rare apology for the killing of a South Korean official. According to the South's presidential office, Kim reportedly told his South Korean counterpart Moon Jae-in that the incident should not have happened. The apology came in the form of a letter sent to President Moon and acknowledged that the incident should not have happened, according to the officials. Mr. Kim said he felt very sorry for disappointing Mr. Moon, reported the news agency Yonhap, quoting the Blue House. The North also released more details of the incident, saying that 10 shots were fired at the man. It clarified that it had not burned the man's body, but rather the floating material that was carrying him, said the South's Director of National Security, Jae-in. South Korea's military has also said that evidence suggested the man was attempting to defect to the north. The official was reported missing from a South Korean patrol boat on Monday when it was about 10 kilometers south of the northern limit line. The exact reason the official was shot is still unknown. But let's quickly get in some details. For more on this, we are joined in by our correspondent Bruce Harrison, who's joining us live from Seoul this hour. Bruce, thank you for joining our broadcast. Now, why is Kim Jong-un's apology being regarded so rare, and what does his letter actually have to state?
It's rare because the North Korean leader, in any situation, is very unlikely to apologize, especially to South Korea, and especially at a time right now when the North and South aren't communicating. President Moon Jae-in's approach to building peace with North Korea has really ground to a halt, and this incident may only impact that even more negatively. But if you go back to 2008, when North Korea shot and killed a tourist at the Mount Gumgan resort on the east side of the peninsula. Now, that situation was entirely different, but there was no apology back then from Kim Jong-un's father, Kim Jong-il. North Korea simply said that this woman who was shot and killed at that time was in the wrong place. She was in a restricted area, and the soldiers were simply doing their job. There has never been an apology for that killing. So to hear Kim Jong-un come out now and make this statement is quite surprising. But right, because diplomacy has faltered significantly, and because the public is watching this closely here in South Korea, without an apology from the North, it would be very difficult for Moon to move forward with any kind of peace initiative.
Right. Bruce, I'm going to actually be discussing about the timing of this apology as well. But for now, Bruce, what does the South Korean Defense Ministry have to say regarding what happened to the man, and how has the South reacted to this?
The South Korean Defense Ministry initially made the announcement about this man. We heard bits and pieces about him having gone missing earlier this week, and then on Thursday the Defense Ministry did say he had been shot and killed, and there was a bit of confusion about whether or not the body had been burned. South Korea's Defense Ministry also suggested that this process may have been carried out to prevent coronavirus from spreading within North Korea's borders. We simply don't know the situation in the North when it comes to the COVID-19 pandemic, but it's believed that if there was a widespread outbreak, it would be a significant burden to North Korea's poor medical infrastructure. So I've spoken to a lot of experts here that suggest this may exactly been what North Korea was doing, at all costs making sure that virus doesn't cross onto the mainland in any way, shape, or form. We've heard of several other examples over the past month or so that would indicate that is correct. The reaction here in South Korea has been one of outrage, and like I said, President Moon Jae-in, without an apology from North Korea, a detailed explanation on exactly what happened, I think, according to a lot of analysts here, it would be impossible for diplomacy to move forward. Now we have that apology. It's still unclear exactly what path President Moon will take. Right. South Korea's Foreign Ministry said today that they must move forward with the peace initiative. But the public is looking at this and thinking, an unarmed citizen killed, unable to resist. How do we make a deal with the leader of that country?
Right. That's exactly what I'm coming to, Bruce. Will this apology actually have any sort of impact at all? What do you make of the timing of Kim Jong-un's apology, considering the relations between Seoul and Pyongyang, which are already at a new low?
They're at a new low. Will it make it an impact on North-South diplomacy? It's hard to say. North Korea still most likely has its eye on Washington and how it can improve ties with Donald Trump while he finishes out this four-year term and possibly is reelected for another one. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, is expected, believed to be visiting the Korean peninsula here, Seoul, early next month. So that's why this timing is significant as well. North Korea may be looking towards Pompeo's visit, and Secretary of State Pompeo said last month that he was hoping to hold serious conversation with North Korea, and he had also floated the idea of humanitarian aid during this difficult time amid this global pandemic. But with the killing of a citizen of a U.S. ally, that makes that conversation very difficult. So this apology may also be as part of its outreach to Washington as well, and not just South Korea, where there's been very little traction.
Absolutely. And how Washington chooses to react to this apology is something we'll have to wait and watch for more developments. Thank you so much for now, Bruce, for bringing us all those inputs.